Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to our channel. I am Woven, and on this channel, we talk all things lifestyle, travel, finance, and sometimes tradition. And on today's episode, we are continuing with our careers and earnings. Guys, this is no, actually, let me just give it up to you guys. Thank you, thank you so much for everyone that took time to share their career journey and their earnings. And again, it's because of you that this series is possible. So, once again, thank you everybody that has committed to sharing the confidential information with me for a greater purpose. Okay, now, so before we dive right into it, guys, I don't need to disclaim. I can only share what I've received because now I'm getting a bit of Woven. Why aren't you sharing in the ABCD sector? That's because I've not received anything, right? So please, guys, in the various sectors, please come through. Here's my email address. It's woven@outlook.com. Really, in different types of careers, come through. And once I've received, I will share, guys. All right. I mean, that's the essence of this channel. That is the essence of this series. So please don't feel left out. And I have not seen anything in the IT space, information systems and technology, software engineering, computer science. Please come through. And I'm still keen on seeing the geologists. There's biochemist requests, there's a lot, so please come through in all spheres, right? Now to our video, very first up, how much do I earn? How much does woman earn, right? What is it that I do? Here is the request. It says, hi woman, could you please share what you do and how much you earn? You're so inspirational and many of us would like to follow your footsteps. Number one, thank you very much. I'm glad that I can make a dent and there's some level of inspiration coming through. So thank you so much for that. I'm glad that the series is yielding the intended results. Now, could you please share what you do? I'm in the financial sector, right? I'm in the business of impacting lives. And how much do you earn? Guys, is that actually a fair request? Tell me, is that a fair request? Because when I started the series, I did indicate confidentiality is very important, right? So this will be me divulging confidential information. You would have seen that every time I shared a payslip, I blurred out the people's personal details so you don't know who it is. The essence of the series is for you to get an idea of what to expect within that career line. It doesn't matter who it is. So it would not be fair for me to divulge my earnings. Then you guys put me on different scales. Then you'd be like, no wonder she does A, B, C, D. Is that a fair request to want me to share my earnings? But also on top of that, it's quite confidential because I am employed. I'm in full-time employment. I have an employer. I have signed a contract to say this is confidential information. But what is important is I'm in the financial industry. I started off my career in the financial sector in the bank, and then I joined asset management for quite a while. After asset management, I then joined wealth management and insurance. So that's the space I'm in. And who knows, I might have actually shared my earnings in one of those payslips that you guys would have already seen in the various videos. So yeah, let me know. What are your thoughts? Do you want to see Woven's earnings? Right, then up next, we are looking at logistics and supply chain management. Now, I wasn't familiar with their game, right? I was not familiar with this specific sector's game or just the people, and almost everyone writes the same, right? In the logistics and supply management space, everyone is like orderly, right? They write, or maybe it's because they are in that logistics management procurement. Yeah, maybe that's why it explains it. And these are people that shared from different companies, but they were all very proper, like, can you see? So I will share that. I got some from the mining sector and then just logistics. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna share. First up, and I'll show you guys, you will see now what I mean by they are so orderly, like everything is neatly articulated. And that's probably again because of the line of work. So can you see? And they all took time to send an email. Again, here's my email address. Please share. I'm still waiting for teachers in the private sector, guys in the health and social sciences sector, the various. I am looking for a cardio perfusionist. I think there's only one in Namibia, or at least I only know one, but there aren't many. So I found that quite fascinating. So yeah, in the different sectors, please share. So here goes. Good morning, Woven. I trust you are well and highly favored. I'm currently working in the maritime logistics industry in ABCD Take Home with 5 years of hands-on experience. At 26 years old, I hold a certificate in logistics. Although I didn't initially qualify for a degree due to having 24 points in 5 subjects, I never gave up. Can we just pause? Can we just pause? Due to them not qualifying for a degree initially because they had 24 points in 5 subjects, which is the minimum requirement to get into university, they never gave up. And guys, you know, when you're a learner, you're not very focused, or at least I can speak for myself and my mates when we're at school. So things happen that you don't get enough points, but the fact that you're getting in the 20s, it means this, you know, probably we just need to focus a bit, or it's probably the environment. There's a lot of factors that can play into one not getting 25 points, right? But that is not the end. Like, this person never gave up. They chose to start where they could, and that decision laid the foundation for everything that followed. So if you are watching this video, you completed your grade 11 or 12 last year, I know this is a new curriculum, or you're even completing this year, please be encouraged. Do not be discouraged. I think this is a very good story. Through God's grace and hard work, I've built a meaningful career. I'm living proof that you don't need a degree to succeed. You don't need a degree to succeed, but guys, education is very important. I do believe education is the greatest equalizer, of course, considering other factors at play. With just a certificate or diploma and a relentless drive, it is possible to earn well and grow steadily in your profession, 100%. But again, that degree, that diploma just makes it easier for you, right? So imagine someone has a degree, you both don't have working experience. The person with the degree is most likely to get selected, and often it is a requirement to get into some of these roles, right? Today, I've managed to buy myself a car cash. Girl! And while I'm currently renting, I've taken another leap by applying for a home loan. And the legal paperwork is now being finalized. Girl child! I've also reapplied for my degree through the mature age entry route and successfully passed the test. Why am I excited? I don't think I read this story before. I'm really excited for this individual and successfully passed the test, and I'm currently in my final year. Can you see where she started? A reminder, it's never too late to go after what you want. Wow. This is such, and guys, I love stories of perseverance. I'm not a fan of suffering here, but I love that people beat the odds stacked against them. And this is a clear-cut example. The fact that this individual went on to look at the various opportunities, not to say, okay, now I've failed, I have not made my 25 points. They went and found employment, number one. But thereafter, they then also went into the market to research that you can actually get to university through your mature age entry, right? There is a specific age that you're required to be able to then qualify for mature age entry. And I know you need a couple of years of working experience, but just reach out to the various universities. I know NAST and UNAM And I also confirmed recently that I think NIMT, you can also use mature age entry, but just find out what the requirements are. Now let's look at this individual's earnings. Let's look at the basic salary. The basic salary is 40,833 Namibian dollars. Now remember, they indicated that they're in the final year, so they don't even have their degree yet. And then they have pay as you earn tax, which is 7,325, and then they have their social security of 99,000. G's mom came through and gave an explanation on the social security, and a couple of you guys also, so I will explain that as well. And then they have their provident fund of 3,062. What I did pick up is, at first I was like, provident fund contribution is only 3,062. Then I also looked at the company contribution. They also have a contribution of 3,675. Right now, I think this is a sizable contribution in terms of provident fund. While we're here, so if you're resigning or you're retiring, please feel free to reach out to me. Here's my email address so that we can just go through your plans, one, but also possibly look at suitable investments for you to invest either your retirement money, because remember, if you're retiring, you must buy a compulsory annuity. If you're resigning, of course, regulation does allow you to still continue in either your pension or preservation fund, but also having access to some of those funds. But reach out to me if you would like, and we can go through your various options, right? So then in total, the total deductions are 10,487. And then her net pay that I didn't show you guys earlier is 30,345 Namibian dollars. Well done. You know, well done. And again, I'm back at the fact that when she finished high school, she didn't get 25 points to get to university, but she didn't let that stop her. So please don't let anything stop you to go after what you want in life. So let's look at the next one. Again, it is procurement, logistics, and supply chain management. The next individual then says, can you guys see? They all write, like they're all very structured. Wow, this is interesting. Right? This individual says, hi, Woven, I'm sharing this to help potential students considering a career in logistics and procurement on what they can expect financially in the field. So I have over 10 years of experience in logistics and procurement with about 5+ prior years experience in sales and admin. I hold an honors degree in marketing and professional body accredited in logistics and procurement. Currently pursuing an NQA level 9 qualification, for which I've taken a study loan, which is only 60% of my total loan. I've requested to pay it over 2 years interest-free on my payslip. Can you see? And here you are seeing the art of negotiation. Sometimes you just get a loan and you take whatever the bank or the lender is giving you, but you can actually negotiate on the terms, obviously now also depending on your credit ratings. My salary is cost to company. My holiday bonus structure is basically a 13th check, which gives employees 3 options: to allocate the 13th check, to let it accrue, or to withdraw it once or twice a year as needed. The pension statement only reflects the balance for 2025 year to date. They continue and they said there is also an annual, I love companies that remunerate well. There's also an annual performance-based incentive, typically 8 to 15% of your annual income, which equates to between 64,000 to 120,000 once a year. Now, employers that incentivize performance, employers that incentivize good behavior, you have my vote. Right? Then you indicated that, but ultimately everyone negotiates their own package based on how best to sell their brand. Again, these are nuggets that she's sharing with you. What they bring to the table, experience, qualifications, etc. The field offers diverse opportunities, both public and private sector. There you have it. Let us look at this individual with over 10 years experience in the supply chain, procurement, logistics industry. Okay, so here goes. They have a basic salary is 47,250 Namibian dollars. They've got a housing allowance of 16,663. Remember, she said her earnings are cost to company, total cost to company, so that allows some room for structuring. Then they have a holiday bonus accrued of 3,937 Namibian dollars. Then they have their bond repayment. So that is a division just basically indicating how their benefit is structured for tax purposes. And their total earnings is 67,830 Namibian dollars. Definitely part of the 1% in Namibia. Well done. Well done, girl child. Again, this is a lady. And then they have deductions for cell phone, holiday bonus, their provident fund. I just need to blur that out further. Again, for provident, they're contributing 2,835. And then they have social security of 99. And then their tax is someone's take home or even gross, 14,506 Namibian dollars. Then they have to repay. This is, I presume, the loan balance that they are paying off within 2 years. Again, that's discipline. And the fact that it's also interest free. The total deductions is 22,369. Let's have a look at the pension. Company contributes 6,851 plus 2,800. That's almost about 6, 7, 8, 8, 9K. I think that's decent if you ask me, for a package of 67,000. And again, if you are resigning or retiring, feel free to reach out to me on this email address. Let's go over what you would like to do and what your plans are, and perhaps assist you in just investing the right way, right? So her total deductions are 22,369. I think they've done well, hey? And I think they have earned it, because over 10 years in the industry, their net pay is 45,461. Well done. Well done, girl child. Yes, it is a lady. Again, all the logistics guys that I've sent through, they are women. So it will be good to see what men are actually getting in this line of work, because yes, the stats do show that men often tend to negotiate more than women do. So you'll find that people be doing the same thing, they earn the same qualification, but a man is most likely to put up their hand for a negotiation or a promotion more times than a woman would, right? So it would be nice to see what is happening in this space when it comes to the gentlemen. So please do share. Now let's look at another one. And I love that the logistics people really came through. So you have a comprehensive, or at least you have a bigger pool to look at. This individual, well, the first individual we started with no degree. This individual has had 10 years in the industry. Let's look at the next one. Also in procurement. And can you guys see, they all right. They are structured people. When I grow up, I want to be like the logistics people. So here goes. Hi Woven, kindly see attached payslip. Here's a brief overview of my career background. I hold a bachelor's degree in logistics and supply chain management, NQA level 7, which I successfully completed along with 2 months of unpaid internship experience in the government sector. Government, I'm side-eyeing you right now. I hope this has changed, or changes if it hasn't. But unpaid internship, we can do better. I believe we can do better, even if it's just for CAB. After completing my undergraduate studies, I experienced a brief period of unemployment. And if you look at the rate of unemployment in Namibia right now, it's alarming. During which I reassessed my career goals and decided to pursue further education. Now, the guys in logistics, they seem to be quite motivated. Or can you see, the first individual didn't again get 25 points. but they said, I'm going to pursue this further because that is what I want. And you must be relentless in pursuing your dreams and what you want, right? What I would always say is, if you're stuck, reach out to someone, right? It's not always that people will be able to assist, but eventually you will knock on the right door, right? So she then completed her honors degree in logistics and supply chain management in QA level 8. To build my academic background, I undertook a 3-month internship at a warehouse assistant. It's a warehouse assistant at a private company, earning $5,000 per month. I secured employment as a warehouse operator on the attached payslip at another private company where I worked for 8 months before resigning. We'll continue now to accept a new opportunity, which I'm currently unable to disclose. I think the fact that you have shared this information until now, we're grateful. So hopefully in future, when you do get your next promotion, and yes, I know you'll get your promotion because you're determined, you'll then be able to give us an update on your current role. As you notice, my payslip, I don't have any life cover, such as policies, simply because I lack knowledge about it. Perhaps you could share some tips or explain the importance of having such a policy. Again, sorry, I'm just reading this now, guys. The emails are quite a bit. So I will reach out to this individual to just see what it is that we can talk about and discuss in and around that subject matter. Then from my experience, the early stages of a career in logistics and supply management can be quite financially challenging. Indeed, they were. First, you take up an unpaid internship, and then you take up a part-time warehouse assistant for 5,000 Namibian dollars. Yeah, they are financially challenging. The salaries often don't reflect the level of qualification required. Sometimes I feel like I may have chosen the wrong direction, or perhaps it's the company. It's just the company that doesn't offer competitive pay. Now, I'm looking at their earnings and their previous people. I don't know if this company does offer competitive pay, right? But yeah, still, I keep motivating myself. Well done, child. Everyone starts somewhere, and I believe this is just a stepping stone, indeed, towards greater opportunities ahead, and it's a process. And this is actually the reality for most people, or for the job market in the Namibian space, right? You start off slow. You know, the beginning is challenging, guys, but you need to just keep your head down. You need a certain level of grit to just make it through the first couple of years, right? But it does get better, and the rewards do get better. Also, thank you, Meoven. If you remember, I'm the lady who approached you in 2020 to ask about the process of Ombeke oil. Okay, it was part of the project in one of my modules, and you kindly sent me videos of your grandmother when you went home. Oh, I'm happy to say that I passed, and I truly appreciate your help. In 2020, I am so glad that I was able to be a part of your studies and your journey, and I'm glad that you've passed. Thank you once again for creating this platform to educate and inspire others in choosing their career paths. Wow, thank you so much. I'm just really glad that 2020, we're in 2025 now. We're still walking this journey together. Thank you as well. So let's look at her earnings. Her basic salary is 11,828. How old is this person? I don't think they indicated. Then they have overtime times 2, which amounts to about 3,900. Then they have standby allowance of $642. Their tax is 1,174. Then they have their pension fund contribution. This is plus minus, okay? Given their basic is around 11. And then they have SIEE contribution, that is Social Security by the number. And their total deductions is 3,586 Namibian dollars. And their net pay is 12,792 Namibian dollars. Right? I have no doubt this is just the beginning for this individual, and they're definitely gonna earn more as years progress, because I'm looking at the determination. But yeah, guys, that's what you have in supply chain, logistics, procurement. That's what you get. So again, I'd like to thank everybody that shared, and please feel free to reach out to me to share your careers and earnings. You can blurt out your personal details. Here is my email address. Please tell your cousins, your aunts and uncles to please be so kind and share. I have received the law of fraternity, but I don't think I received enough, right? And I received this from a very passionate individual. However, I would like you guys in the law of fraternity to please come through. Advocates again, judges, I'm pushing it. Please be so kind to actually show us what is the prospects, or what are the prospects within that career line. I will see you guys on our next video. From me, woman, it's goodbye.